This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2015. I have with me Renaud Adams, Richmont Mines, Inc. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols. It's RIC on the TSX and RIC on the NYSE. Renaud, welcome to SNNLive.
Oh, thank you, Shelley, for having me here today.
It's good to have you. Let's get an overview on Richmont for our investor audience.
Well, thank you. So we're a Canadian company. We've been producing for over 25 years, a lot of expertise, mostly in underground mines, but also a small story in open pit. We operate in two very safe and friendly mining jurisdictions, Quebec and Ontario. And our flagship, the Island Gold Mine, is located in the Northwest Ontario. And really our story since 2014 is about Island Gold Mine. This is our flagship. Early 2014, the company released very interesting and attractive new resources located below the 400 level in an existing mine in Ontario. And from that day, it was a game changer. And I was very fortunate to join Richmont late last year with the view to transform this asset. And truly, we are transform the asset in all manners. And as of Q2, we have now brought the asset to a free cash flow operator. And early in 2015, we raised $35 million, which we are heavily invested in transforming.
Now, let me stop you. You gave us a mouthful. You just gave us so much information. Let me take two steps back.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's first talk about the resource that you, in 2014, reported on. Let's get more specific. Let's talk about the land package and size of the resource, if you would.
Yeah, the size of the resource is, it was an operating mine. The Island Gold Mine was an operating mine, and looking at maybe the last few years of life, and there was a massive exploration program to look at the continuity of the deposit at depth. And with the fortunate discovery that below the level 4,500 level, the deposit was changing completely, and opening in width and grade. And as a result of that, the company put together a very attractive 1 million ounce of inferred resources and an average grade of about 10 grams.
You know, I'll tell you, I'm not from the mining industry, but if there's anything that I've learned, it's you go back into where they've already been and you go dig a little deeper and you might find something. You're the perfect example of that happening.
Absolutely. You never know what the nature is going to show you. And we were fortunate enough that the team out there, believe in the future of this mine, and they decided to go for an exploration program, and it pays off. And we don't believe a second that this is the end of it. And as a matter of fact, we will continue to explore aggressively at depth and laterally and along strike, because the mine is located within 77 square kilometers, a land package. And this whole thing we call the shear zone from west east goes to past producer mines. So there's a lot of information in that shear zone that shows that it has a lot of potential to eventually grow this whole thing.
So it sounds to me like you're an exploration company, you're a development company, and now also a production company. Am I correct?
Yeah, we are producing. We've been producing for over 25 years, but to be honest, this is a game changer now, because not only we are a producer of short life, but we have now an asset to position Richmont now as a long life mine producer.
What's your background?
I'm a mining and metallurgical engineer, and that's what I do for a living. I spent the last 20 years in growing and developing assets, and I'm so blessed to be now the CEO of this company.
And any other minerals around?
No, this is Richmont has always been a gold producer, and our assets are producing 100% gold.
Now let's talk about your other land package.
Well, the other land package is in Quebec. Quebec comes from what I would call the more older Richmont model. We have a mine that's been operating for over 10 years. We just announced that we're going to keep expanding this mine for another 2 years. So it's 25,000 ounces of free cash flow coming out of Quebec. We have a milling capacity that is about 3 times what the mine can supply. So we would return in exploration as well in Quebec and start looking for something else that could eventually grow as well our presence in Quebec.
Now, Renaud, obviously, with the downturn in prices and commodities over the course of the last 5 years, how has Richmont been able to be profitable under those circumstances?
Well, we're located in Canada, and we must say that we are benefiting it as we speak. The weaker Canadian dollar, so that's allowed us to really invest very heavily, and there is a lot of attention to our story. So we did a very successful financing as well. So we put a lot of dollars on our balance sheet, and we, as of Q2. We are showing a very, very good balance sheet, and where others are maybe cutting down, we believe that we're sitting on one of the most interesting stories, so we're investing in it.
So let's get your website out there, please, for our audience.
Yes, our website is www.richmont-mines.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Renaud Adams, Richmont Mines, Inc. I'm going to give you one symbol on two exchanges. RIC on the TSX, RIC on the NYSE. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2015. Renaud, thanks
Thank
for
you
coming.
so much for having me here today, Shelley.
Thank you for coming on.